friends, welcome to Writing with me, Teacher Erica, and also welcome to the swamp. So, speaking of the swamp, do my friends remember where our friend Raccoon got lost in the storybook we read this week? Great job, friends. You're exactly right. He got lost in the swamp, which is where we are today. And so today for writing, we're going to look at the different types of animals in the book we read, Raccoon on His Own. So we're going to look at these animals. I'm going to tell you guys the names of them. We're going to talk a little bit about them, what kind of animals they are, so like birds or reptiles. And then you guys can choose one of these animals as your favorite one, or you guys can pause the screen when you guys see me put up a bunch of pictures. They're going to be all over the screen of a bunch of animals that are not in the book, and you guys can choose one of those. And then once you see an animal that you really like, you guys are going to pick that animal, and then you guys are going to draw a picture of it and write a story about it. And now your story can be short, it can be on one page, or you can make a book. And if you want to make a book, you guys are going to need some materials. So before we get started talking about the animals and looking at different types of animals, let's talk about what kind of materials you guys are going to need for today. So depending on how many pages you guys want in your book, you guys are going to need 1 to maybe 4 pieces of paper. Again, depending on how many pages you want. I have 2 pieces of paper. That gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 pages if you have 4 pieces of paper. So yeah, my friends, you guys are going to need some pieces of paper. Again, it doesn't have to be blue, it can be white, it can be any color you guys want. And then you guys are going to need markers, crayons, or colored pencils, any type of writing utensil you guys prefer. And last but not least, if you guys are going to be making a book, like how I have, we're going to need a staple. And as always, if you're using a stapler, make sure to ask an adult or a guardian for help so you guys don't hurt yourselves. And together, I'm going to show you guys again where you guys can staple your book. That way you have enough room on the pages to draw and write, and you don't take up all the space from stapling. So we're going to do 3 staples fairly close to the edge like this. So 1, 2, 3. 3 staples really close to the edge. You can see the middle one got a little too close inside. That's okay, my friends, it happens. And so now my pages are not gonna fall out, and we have officially made the spine. Great job, friends. You guys remember a lot from reading, I can tell. Now we're going to go through the different types of animals we found in the book this week, and all these animals live in the swamp. So these are special animals that live in the swamp. They're not going to be found anywhere else. Maybe they're maybe different breeds of their animal might be found somewhere else. So like maybe we're gonna see some turtles. You can find turtles in the ocean, but those are called sea turtles. So remember, my friends, all these animals found in this book are found in the swamp. And friends, whenever I show a picture, if you really like it, you guys can pause the video and you can draw the picture for your story. All right, are my friends ready? Let's go. So if we start from the cover, we're gonna see our friend Raccoon. This is a type of animal that lives in the swamp, and he is a mammal because he is warm-blooded. So you can see he has little paws, he has special design on his face. It looks like he's wearing a mask, and he has little ears. So this is one animal. And if we look at the back, we see these birds back here. Now these birds are called white egrets. And if you guys wanna know how to spell that, I'll be putting the names of the animals down here so you guys can see how to spell these. And these are birds, and they have feathers, and they have really long legs and really long beaks. So my friends can see the snake right here. This is a green snake. It's called a garter snake. And so this is a type of reptile that you guys can draw. This is a cold-blooded animal, similar to the turtles that we are going to see in a little bit. So this is another animal you guys can draw for your story. And then you guys don't have to just draw about animals. There's also plenty plenty of bugs in the swamp because it is in nature. And one of those bugs is a dragonfly. So all my friends can see this little pink dragonfly. It looks pink, but I think it might be a red dragonfly because I know that's a type of dragonfly that you can find in the swamp. So you guys can draw a dragonfly. If you guys wanted to draw about a mosquito or a fly, those aren't in this book, but you are totally able to write about those because those are animals or bugs that are also found in the swamp. This bird right here, ooh, look at this one, friends. This bird right here is called a great blue heron. So all my friends can see his feathers right here are why he has the name he has. So you can see they're blue right here. And then he has this cool little pattern of yellow right there behind his eyes. And he has a really big beak, huh, my friends? Birds that we see that perch up in trees don't have big beaks like that, do they? So this is his beak that he used, and it's a special big beak that he can use to get a bunch of water and a bunch of bugs or fish in the water and to eat them. And then he has these cool webbed feet like a duck that he uses to swim, and they can push all the water so they can make him swim more efficiently. If you guys are scared of snakes, you guys can feel free to skip over this. All my friends can see, I hope you guys can see. It's a very big snake. I don't know what kind it is, but you guys can draw that if you guys would like. Again, a snake is a reptile, so they're cold-blooded. Speaking of cold-blooded animals, there's a fish on this page, my friends, so you guys can draw a fishy. This, I might be wrong on this one, friends, but it looks like a yellow perch because it's got some yellow on it. I might be wrong, but that's what it looks like. So you guys can draw a fish, you can draw that fish. So we have a special type of bird called a belted kingfisher. So these birds live in the swamp. And you can see these ones are babies because they don't have the special pattern that the adult birds have yet. So these are little tiny birds. Again, they're called belted kingfishers. So if you guys wanted to draw the babies, you could draw these ones. You guys can pause and draw them. And now we have turtles. So we can't see these two turtles, but we can see the bottom of this one. This is another cold-blooded animal, and all my friends can see it looks like he has little hands, and I think they have claws on them. You guys can't tell, but right here they are webbed, which also helps him to swim. And then he has a hard shell and a little tail. So you guys can draw a turtle if you guys wanted to draw a turtle. And then lastly, if we look on this page at the top, we can see the adult belted kingfisher. So look at his beak. It's very long compared to the babies. And he has a cool little hairdo. It kind of almost looks like a mohawk. And then he has what looks like a belt of yellow on his belly, which I'm assuming is how he got his name, belted kingfisher. So you guys can draw this one too. So now, my friends, you guys can pause the screen to see pictures of different animals that I didn't mention, except for two. There's going to be an alligator and a great blue heron that I did mention, but the turtle that I'm going to show is going to be a snapping turtle, which is different. He doesn't have as green of a shell as the turtles in this book did. So I'm going to step out of frame, and you guys can pause if you would like to draw any of these animals. And I am going to tell you about the animals while I'm out of the frame, okay? Here you go. So you guys can pause right here, and you can copy these pictures down if you see any that you like. The animal at the top right, this is called a koipu. It's like a big rat. So do my friends know what a capybara is? If not, that's okay. You guys know what rats are and mice are. So this animal right here is basically just a big rat, and we can tell because of its long tail. It looks like a rat tail. And he also has special orange teeth. You guys can't see it in this picture, but if you guys noticed the cover of my book, you saw that the animal that I drew had big bucked orange teeth, and that is what this animal has. And this animal over here is called a river otter. I'm gonna come back into frame for a second, my friends. You guys can go back and pause if you would like to draw the pictures if you didn't draw them down yet. But you guys have probably seen otters in the ocean, right? And we think that's where otters live, right? But there's different types of otters, and these types of otters that I just showed you a second ago live in the rivers or swamps. Because in the swamp, this right here, this is a river. And so that's where these otters would live. And they're a lot bigger than ocean otters. They can grow up to be the size of wolves, apparently. Which is very, very big, right, my friends? And we also saw, when I stepped out of the frame, that we had a snapping turtle, a great heron, and an alligator, and those are also all types of animals in the swamp. So my friends, I hope you guys learned a lot about different animals that live in the swamp, and you also found one that you really liked and that you can write your story about. I'll show you guys again my cover. You guys don't have to write a book. You guys can write a small story, but if you guys did want to write a big story, that's totally awesome. You guys can do whatever you want with it. So my friends can see this is my cover that I drew, and this is my koi poo friend that I drew. It says, a day in the life. Corey the koi poo. So I named him Corey because I like how his letter C matched the other letter C right here of what kind of animal he is. So you guys can do a story like this, or you guys again can make a short story. It's totally up to you guys. So my friends, with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I hope you guys learned a lot about different types of animals, and I hope you guys enjoy making your short stories or your swamp stories. And I hope you guys enjoy the next video, which is dramatic play. Bye friends!